Supply chain execution in Omnichannel. Well, joining us today to speak about that, Roger Falkenstein, Territory Manager, HighJump. Roger, welcome.
Thank you, Russell.
Roger, I want to turn to Omnichannel and talk about why it is that companies are so active right now in considering that. Let's talk about, from your perspective, what it is that's causing them to make the investment in Omnichannel. I mean, clearly, of course, consumers right now have very high expectations about delivery and that sort of thing, but from your perspective at HighJump, what would you say is what's causing companies to make that significant investment in Omnichannel?
What we're seeing is, as you said, Russell, the consumers have high expectations, so they expect to get their products anytime, anywhere, and they don't want to wait. And big e-commerce competitors out there, like the Amazons of this world, are saying, we're gonna get you this product at the best price when you want it. And the brick and mortar retailers are being challenged to deliver competitively that kind of convenience and do it at most expeditiously at a modest cost. So what that's driving is the technology and all the systems around it that support that kind of capabilities, again, at a reasonable cost, labor cost.
Mm-hmm. Somebody comes to you and says, I'm not prepared to make that investment. I don't know that I really need to. What would you tell them if they fail to make that investment and to engage in Omnichannel? What's likely to happen to them?
Well, what we're seeing is some customers and prospective customers that we've talked to, they've gone out and implemented maybe a paper-based approach without using a lot of technology. And what they found is they compromise on efficiency, so their labor costs really significantly impact their profitability. And then accuracy is so important. You have to make sure you get the customer exactly what they've asked for at the right time, or you're going to lose them. There's not a lot of room or forgiveness for making those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. So then, if there is a laundry list of elements, if you will, to a successful Omnichannel initiative, what would it be?
Well, there's two primary pieces to this puzzle in terms of making the whole Omnichannel process work, and that's, first of all, you have to have a good order management system that makes good decisions about where am I going to fulfill this order and how am I going to do it. But then the flip side of that is you have to have good, accurate inventory that says, I know precisely when I make this commitment to a customer that I'm going to be able to deliver this. So what we're claiming is that you need WMS-like capability, and we're going to call it supply chain execution capability, because it's not just limited to the warehouse anymore. This goes in even to the retail store. So I need solutions that can make sure that when I make a promise that I deliver it, that I can provide immediate or very quick feedback through the order management systems, right back to websites, to mobile computing, to tell people what's happening and to make sure you get it right.
Mm-hmm. So if a customer comes to you and says, look, whether I'm engaged in wholesale, retail, or an e-commerce Omnichannel setting, Omnichannel environment, what's the role of the warehouse management system in that? What do you tell them?
What we're seeing is that you have to support Omnichannel, you have to actually look at your supply chain from end to end with a WMS-like system. So the WMS system, and again I'll call it the supply chain execution system, needs to provide visibility and control from end to end. So from the point that something is on the way to the warehouse, when it arrives, when it gets wholesale distributed to retail stores, or handed off to a dedicated fulfillment center, the WMS needs to control that and then provide the visibility, so even when those products arrive at the back of a retail store, I know it's there. So then when it gets replenished to the shelf or goes into the back office for replenishment, every point along that supply chain needs to be controlled, monitored, and optimized so that you have the visibility to, again, make the deliver on the promises to the customer, as well as keep the labor costs down and then control that accuracy and that visibility from end to end. That's really kind of the key role of WMS in that process.
You know, there's a concept today of the in-store fulfillment, and I say concept because, of course, not everybody is able to do that. Certainly not everybody is doing that. But what do you see as the role of in-store fulfillment, or how does it play into a successful omni-channel strategy? What do you say?
The retail store is becoming, as I was stating before, part of the whole supply chain, and people are starting to treat their store as an extension of their distribution operations. So having an in-store fulfillment system says, I'm going to direct my people in the most economical and the most efficient manner to fill these orders and then interact with all the other systems that are out there so that the local store may get sales credit for what's happening there, but also as you want to interact with a customer, whether it's for store pickup or delivery, that all that handoff to those systems is done accurately and timely. So again, that whole experience and the control is accurate and efficient. We're finding typically that as we deploy these systems, we can, going from more manual processes to more WMS-like processes, will at least double people's productivity in doing that fulfillment, as an example.
Final question, quite aside from the WMS itself, let's talk about supply chain technology that is making in-store fulfillment actually work, making it a success. Walk us through that.
What we're finding is the most important aspect of this is integration. You've got, when you consider all these things, you've got transportation systems. Of course, you have the wholesale distribution center operation, and then as you move into the retail in-store fulfillment operation, you have product being received in the store, and then you've got systems that today, many times in a retail store, you have multiple systems that are controlling things like the replenishment to the store shelf. You've got a point of sale system that's keeping track of what is being purchased by consumers as they're walking through the store. You've got planograms that keep track of where that material is located. You have ERP systems and merchandising systems that are keeping track of what the new products are, what their specifications are around them. So integrating all these pieces along with the websites and the order management system is really key to making this work.
Great overview, taking us beyond the four walls of the warehouse and looking at the supply chain and all of its nodes in a very comprehensive way. Roger, I know you're busy here at the conference, but you found time to sit down and walk us through all of that. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Russell.
It's Roger Falkenstein, HighJump, speaking with us today about supply chain execution in Omnichannel. Thank you for watching.